Hello, everyone, and thank you so much for joining us today as we present the newly board-approved capital plan and 2024 bond referendum for Spartanburg School District 7. Our agenda for today is as follows. There will be an overview of purpose regarding the August 2024 bond referendum, which will include a new Jesse Boyd Elementary School and an addition to Mary H. Wright Elementary School. We will discuss the 2023 facility study and priority capital projects that we've already started or completed. We will give you a project overview of the new Jesse Boyd Elementary School. We will also discuss recruitment and retention strategic priority that we have for District 7 centered around employee child care. We will discuss project cost and financing sources. And then lastly, we will provide a referendum question for you to view. In March of 2023, we brought to our board identified capital needs based on the recent facility study that was done for District 7. We discussed these items at length with our board over several months before bringing a final proposal for approval in November and December of 2023. And at that time, our board approved the capital plan. They also made it clear to us to get as much of this work done within the capital plan as we could possibly do right now, which led us to initiate several projects. The following were identified as priority capital needs for District 7. Funding has already been secured and projects are underway or have been completed. So these are not a part of any referendum that would take place in August. So we identified two schools that really needed playground, that being Mary H. Wright and E.P. Todd, and we have already completed those playgrounds. Whitlock Flexible Learning Center, which houses many of our programs in District 7 for alternative education. We actually share this with all 7 school districts in Spartanburg County, and it is set to undergo a complete roof replacement in like 5 different phases from 2023 to 2026. So we are moving forward with that. Also, the Houston Center will make a move to McCracken Middle School. The Houston Center currently houses all of our operations for Spartanburg School District 7 with technology, our special services, our director of nursing. And so we're going to make the move for those adults to move into McCracken, which is the office space area of the old Spartanburg High School, if you remember the main office there. So we've got plenty of office space there that we want to make sure that we are using. And so we're going to make that move from Houston. And many of you remember Houston used to be an elementary school that came together with Chapman Elementary School to make that of what we know today as Drayton Mills Elementary School. And we hope that move will be complete during this next school year of 24-25 school year. And then District 7 Transportation Facility, we are wanting to show some love to our bus drivers. And so we look to construct an area that they can basically call home, and they can do most of their training, bus driver training and things of that nature in this new facility, which right now they are using portables. So we want to make sure that we take care of that facility for our bus drivers in District 7. And then lastly, we have already taken care of the HVAC system replacements at Carver, at Mary H. Wright Elementary, McCracken Middle School, which is the gym area, and then E.P. Todd School. And so all of these have already been taken care of as identified capital needs for Spartanburg School District 7. Also, as a part of the recent facility study, the need to construct a new Jesse Boyd Elementary School was very clear. And we knew that would be pending an August 2024 referendum. And so we received estimated pricing on a new Jesse Boyd Elementary School, and our board also encouraged us to seek out pricing for renovating the existing building. And so we did that and found that the cost was so comparable that it was very clear that the best benefit was to build as new. So as a part of the approved capital plan was the construction of a new Jesse Boyd Elementary School. And so Jesse Boyd is 58 years old, coming up on 60 years old, and in 2015 received a facility grade of 67, which decreased to 59% in 2023. And other than Pine Street, is the only District 7 school 50 plus years old still serving students. It's also the only D7 school with a poor facility rating still serving students. JBE is 3 decades older than the next oldest elementary school, that being Cleveland, and 5 decades older than the newest elementary school, which is Drayton Mills. And so there's no major work has occurred there since roughly 2000. And in the last capital plan in 2016, JBE was high on the priority for replacement during that time. Aside from the challenges with our current facility at JBE, it is important to note that District 7 prioritizes excellence, and modern school design supports student learning in many ways that 20th century schools just do not. And this need is also at the forefront of our plans to construct a new JBE for our student learning. Another aspect of why a new Jesse Boyd Elementary School is represented in this slide. And certainly you can see the growth that is taking place on that side of town where Jesse Boyd and Drayton Mills are today. And so as you see, many developments popping up around us will bring over 1,500 to 1,600 houses or units to District 7 in the very near future. And again, we need to be ready for this influx. Please note, in yellow, the circle in yellow is Jesse Boyd Elementary's location. And in green, the green circle there is Drayton Mills Elementary School. And the numbers in the boxes that you see, the white boxes, represent the number of units or houses coming to that area that will be zoned for those two schools. And with this many units coming online in the near future, District 7, we must be able to attract potential families to our district. And we know that our city and our county, they are growing at a fast pace. And for us to be able to keep up with that pace and with the new houses that are coming here, we want to be able to attract those families. And so now I want to take you and recap you through the years of our facilities in Spartanburg School District 7. In roughly 1999 to 2002, there were upgrades to 13 D7 buildings, with these 4 schools being built as new. That's Cleveland Elementary, Mary H. Wright Elementary School, E.P. Todd, and Carver Middle School. And additionally, costs for renovations and additions to Pine Street Elementary at the time were very comparable to a new school. Remember, Pine was constructed in 1929, is on the National Registry for Historic Places. And now fast forward to 2013 through 15 planning for the 16 referendum. The passing of the 2016 referendum brought to District 7 a new state-of-the-art Spartanburg High School, as well as a state-of-the-art elementary school in Drayton Mills, and a renovated McCracken Middle School. And I left this blank here for you on purpose to see that the only outlier basically in District 7 as it relates to schools is that of Jesse Boyd Elementary School in the bottom right-hand corner. And so it's the only school that hasn't had much done to it over the previous years. And it was originally a part of this 2012, 13, 14, 15 planning for the 16 referendum. But before that went to approval of the board, Jesse Boyd was pulled out as a part of that. And as I became superintendent in 2020, it was made clear to me by the former superintendent, Dr. Russell Booker, that priority number 1 when entering this superintendency was to take care of Jesse Boyd Elementary School. And so that did become priority number 1, and as approved and pending a referendum in August. And so where is this proposed location for a new Jesse Boyd? We would recommend a new Jesse Boyd Elementary School go on the site of the old McCracken Middle School. And as you can see here, we have just taken the footprint of the Drayton Mills Elementary School and placed it on the old McCracken Middle School site just to illustrate what that would look like. Remember, this is just for illustration purposes. We would not build the same building on this site for Jesse Boyd Elementary School. And so we feel there are many benefits to recommending this site. Number 1, this site is already very level. Laydown areas for construction are plentiful. There's no interference between school operation and construction. Traffic patterns have already been designed as this already had a school there. So priority number 1 is to build a new Jesse Boyd Elementary School to go on the site of the old McCracken Middle School property. A second priority is to improve District 7's ability to recruit and retain high-quality teachers and staff by providing employee child care. And we all see the headlines each day about the shortage of teachers and the challenges that exist. And we also see regular coverage about the need for more and more affordable early child care and early education. And just as recent as last summer, District 7 lost 2 really good teachers to another district due to their offering employee child care. And we lost another on January 5th of this year who had to resign for the very same reason. It was just to stay at home because the expense was not worth keeping their job. And so as a superintendent, this is an area of grave concern. And I know it is to our board members because our teachers are certainly our lifeline to teaching and learning. Our ability to deliver excellence depends on attracting and retaining the best possible teachers and staff. So our goal is to secure District 7's position as one of South Carolina's most desirable school district employers by providing reduced cost child care for employees, pre-K aged children. And so we know employee child care will certainly help us to attract and retain the highest quality of teacher, and is now becoming best practice in our county and in our state as districts and hospitals and organizations are also trying to attract the best and most talented. So this is vital to us remaining competitive in the teacher market. Innovation is something District 7 has always been synonymous with, and this will allow us to remain at the forefront of K-12 education. We know that we can offer a more cost-effective child care option for our employees. We can help keep our class sizes down at district standards, as the numbers will certainly increase if we're not able to attract and retain our teachers. And also, talking about the well-being of our teachers and having their anxiety and stress levels will certainly decrease as a result of this added benefit. Many of you may have seen this article from the state newspaper that says teacher vacancies in South Carolina have nearly tripled since 2019, and currently we have 1,613 vacancies to begin this past school year of 23-24. And the negative impacts on students, families, and educators are certainly growing each and every day. And districts facing educator shortages have increasingly been forced to increase class sizes, which we have not at this time, and we're very lucky for that, rely more heavily on virtual instruction, and use long-term substitutes to cover classes. And we are having to do that from time to time to have our classes covered. And the teachers that remain are in many cases taking on additional responsibilities, adding to their already large workload and making them more likely to leave the profession. And this is what we are trying to address to make sure that we are able to attract and retain our highest quality of teachers. Just recently, we conducted a child care survey with our employees, and we had 731 District 7 employees respond. As you can see here, of our employees who currently have pre-K aged children, 78% say they struggle to find child care programs with availability for their children. 84% say the cost of local child care programs is not reasonably affordable for their family. And 97% of our employees say that it would or may be an important factor in their decision to remain in District 7 if we were to offer employee child care. Of our employees who recently were in the child care market for their family, 79% say they struggled to find availability. 81% struggled to afford child care, and 97% say D7 offering child care would have been helpful and important for their family at that time. And then looking at all employee responses to the question, how important do you believe it is for District 7 to provide child care at a greatly reduced cost to employees as a benefit to help recruit and retain high-quality teachers and staff? Number 1 being not very important to number 5 being very important. That is the range. And as you can see here, 87% rate importance as 4 or 5. And the average rating was a 4.5. Now that we have identified this as a need, where would we house employee child care? Well, first we propose to house 6 additional classrooms dedicated to employee child care in the new Jesse Boyd Elementary School, and propose construction or additions at Mary H. Wright to house 6 classrooms for employee child care and to expand need-based public 3K. If you remember, through SAM, Spartanburg Academic Movement, we have received 4 3K classrooms, 2 to go at Cleveland Academy of Leadership and 2 to go at Mary H. Wright. Well, there's only room at Mary H. Wright to house 1 3K classroom. So this addition would be used for 1 additional 3K classroom to go there, as well as the other classrooms would be used for employee child care. So those are the 2 proposed locations that would go there. And so as we look to Mary H. Wright Elementary School, the proposed addition there, if any of you have been to Carver and Mary H. Wright, you see the front loop. And Carver, if you're coming in, Carver would actually be on your right if you're driving in, and then go to around the circle to Mary H. Wright. Well, in the back of Mary H. Wright, there is an addition there that is in red, and a playground area which is in light green, which would indicate where those 6 additional classrooms would be located at Mary H. Wright Elementary School. So when looking at the cost of these 2 projects in particular, the cost of a new Jesse Boyd Elementary School was roughly $55 million. And that cost is set to go up about $2.5 million every year that we wait. And the addition to Mary H. Wright Elementary is $4.5 million. And you can see the total price of that is roughly $59.5 million. And so before we ask the community to participate, we also want to do everything we can, and we've tried to do some savings over the last 4 years. So as you see here, the district stands ready to take $7.5 million from debt service fund balance, another $2 million from general fund balance, and then $3 million from food service fund balance, which adds up to roughly $12.5 million that we would like to put towards this project, which would then take the general obligation referendum debt to $47 million. So instead of asking almost $60 million of our community, we would ask 47, because we want to keep this off of our taxpayers as much as we possibly can. And so how much does that mean, or what does that mean to a taxpayer in general? And so you can see here, for a 4% homeowner on a property value of $100,000, it would be $36 additionally per year, or $3 a month. And you can see other property, business there on $100,000. Of course, cars and motorcycles, for every $10,000, it would cost you an additional $5.40. The homestead exemption also applies to this, and that is available for persons age 65 and older, totally and permanently disabled, or legally blind, which means that you would be exempt for the first $50,000 of this. Now that we know the impact to our taxpayers, we wanted to conduct a community survey, which we actually conducted in May of 2024 by WIC Insights. There were 419 survey respondents, and they try to get 300 to make it a valid survey. And so you can see here gender, those that had school-age children, and the age range of all those respondents. One of the questions that was asked is, what is the top issue that you believe Spartanburg School District 7 leaders should address? And as you can see there, the number 1 response was hiring and retaining qualified teachers. Number 2 was focusing on core curriculum like math and science. And then 3rd in line was keeping our schools safe. Next question centered around local taxes, and if you believe these school operations and construction taxes are fair. And those that responded very fair to somewhat fair was 70%. Next question revolved around supporting construction of a new Jesse Boyd Elementary School, and those that strongly support to somewhat support is about 64%, and you can see those numbers there. Next question centers around support in District 7 offering low-cost child care for employees. And you can see those that strongly support and somewhat support, those two added together were an astounding 77%. Next question was support expanding Mary H. Wright to add employee child care and need-based 3K. And you can see those that responded strongly support or somewhat support is 64%. Next question is around likely to vote in favor of a $47 million bond for JBE and Mary H. Wright projects. And those in favor strongly, and then those in favor somewhat, is about 62% of those respondents. And then the last question centering around likely to vote in favor of a 9 mil tax increase to fund JBE and Mary H. Wright projects. As you can see, those in favor strongly and those in favor somewhat still is 58%. So what is the timeline moving forward and next steps? So on May 7th, Board did approve the referendum question and date. So we will have many community informational meetings. And then on August 20th, we will have a referendum vote for a new Jesse Boyd and an addition onto Mary H. Wright. And so if successful, target August 2027 opening for new Jesse Boyd and Mary H. Wright facilities. And so I also want to share with you what that referendum question would look like that the board approved. You can see those questions here. Shall the Board of Trustees of Spartanburg School District 7 be empowered to issue at one time or from time to time general obligation bonds of the school district in a principal amount of not exceeding $47 million, the proceeds of which shall be used to finance the cost, including architectural, engineering, legal and related fees, and land acquisition, if necessary, of the following: constructing and equipping a new elementary school to replace Jesse Boyd Elementary School, and constructing and equipping renovations and addition to Mary H. Wright Elementary. If the voter wishes to vote in favor of the question, fill in the oval next to "in favor of the question" /yes. If the voter wishes to vote against the question, fill in the oval next to the words "opposed to the question /no." So on August 20th, 2024, this will be the question that will be posed to the community for the referendum. And again, that is on August 20th, 2024. I thank you so much for being with us today. And hopefully, if you have any questions, you will reach out. You can get us all by email, and we'll do our best that we can to answer those questions as thoroughly as we can in hopes of helping you. Thank you so much.